also recording on a separate camera as well. Now it is quite hot today, so I got the AC on. Not entirely sure if you can hear the AC in the background. I hope not, but if so, it is what it is. We're gonna do an audio check before we begin today's process. And I'm actually hungry today. Like I wake up hungry. I put a little bit of salad together, and I already ate it, but it makes some more. Mhm. Long time, huh, Rose? I know. I know. Due to shadow banning, sometimes y'all don't get to see me. Yeah, but every now and then I'll still pop up on a timeline. Wholeness, wholeness. Someone says I need a parasite cleanse. Well, everything is there on the website. Go to alkalinejungle.com, or you can click the link in the bio and choose the parasite cleansing kit, and you'll be pretty much good to go. So before we even get into today's session, I just gotta put together a little salad real quick because I'm feeling hungry. Should have been fasting, but I haven't started the fast yet. I keep seeing other things that I want to eat, so I don't think there's gonna be enough cilantro. I'm gonna juice the remaining of this as well. So here's what I have: some baking soda with vinegar with lemon juice already inside of my sink. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna do some more. Now, I feel like so I feel like we need to make some soup because remember 2 days ago, right? I was talking about the soup that I made, and y'all was like, "Oh, we need the recipe. We need the recipe." I'm like, "Listen, I feel like we're just gonna make it together, okay?" And I rather show you than tell you. I'm kind of like a visual person too, so I rather show you than tell you. Anyway, so I have me two beautiful bunch of cilantro. Look at this gorgeous magnificence. Look at this. Now we know that cilantro is very powerful as a heavy metal detoxifier. Yes, absolutely. Okay, now cilantro is one of my favorite. Um, I can just eat cilantro with avocado or cilantro with cucumber. Like I'm a cilantro kind of a person. Okay, so I have these beautiful bunches that we're going to be utilizing today. So I'm going to soak these in our solution, of course. We're going to make sure that they're clean. Okay, so I got multiple things that I'm doing at once, to be honest. Um, I need to put together a salad while I also have some juice that I got to finish making. And I feel like I want to make some soup as well. Um, yeah, can I do all of this in time before my assistant get here? I don't know. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. Anyway, how you guys doing today? And what part of the world are you from? Okay. Let me know what part of the world are you from today. Greetings to everybody who's coming through on the YouTube space. We're actually YouTube live at the same time. Now, for anybody on YouTube, you might realize that I don't tend to interact with YouTube that much while I'm live, and this is because YouTube doesn't allow the chat box to stay on the screen. So, like, you're probably trying to ask me like a question, and see, just like now, I have to keep coming over to the screen to touch a little tab for it to stay up. And yeah, and it doesn't work. Then it's gone again. So that's kind of annoying. And I feel like I tried to explore all the options, and nothing changed. Like it's not giving me the option. So the chat viewing option is still just not staying. It's not staying. So that's the reason why. All right, so we're doing like three things at once. So I'm gonna be all over the place. Okay, I'm gonna be all over the place. Let me see if I can. So I'm juicing right now at the same time as well. So what I have in here, I have a little bit of a celery, ginger, apples, cucumbers, basically. That's what I got in here. So it's more like a freestyle. But I'm also making me a nice little salad too. Greetings and wholeness. Love healing energy. Absolutely. Gratitude. Welcome back to the healing space again. If you're here for the first time, let me just welcome you to the healing space. And I trust and hope that the conversations, the build, the information, the knowledge, the wisdom that we share within the space can be credible and beneficial to you in your human experience as you go through this life journey. Okay? So the whole idea as to why we cultivate this space is to be here to embrace the natural connection that we have with each other and to support each other as we go through this lifetime. Okay? And the kind pepper is working on me. This is a one of a kind space, which means that you'll never find another space anywhere else in the world like this. Okay, you just won't. So what I actually ate, I put like cayenne pepper with basil, sea salt, and I ate a whole bunch of cilantro just now, so it's kind of like detoxing me at the same time. Very potent, powerful stuff. So this is red onion. So I'm doing red onion. I'm gonna do cilantro. I'm gonna do cucumber, and I have this gorgeous avocado, the other half left, which I'm gonna be making me a nice little salad really quick. And this is kind of like a quick meal too, which you can just put together really fast if you need something to eat. So instead of you going to the store buying like a Snicker bar, some bag of chips, preservative, just just pick up a red onion real quick, a bunch of cilantro, grab an avocado, right, and a cucumber, and you can make you a nice little salad. End up ordering some stuff, and somebody ended up delivering it, and I actually ordered hmm, so I actually ordered arugula, and I did not check the bag to see if I got arugula because I kind of want to put some arugula. I'm gonna show you something pretty cool. Okay, I'm gonna show you something pretty cool. Show you something pretty cool. We're gonna make a nice little quick salad here real quick. Okay, onion is pretty strong. Yep, that avocado is good. You wanna know what's funny? So lately, I kept going to this supermarket, and all the avocados are just good. Like I've not gotten one single avocado from them that I can be like, yo, this is a terrible bad avocado. I need to like return it. Like every avocado, I've been heavenly. So I'm kind of locked in. I'm kind of locked in with them for now because I'm getting the good stuff. So I'm not gonna go anywhere else to look for avocado. If where I'm getting the avocado is perfect every single time. All right, so I'm gonna share with you what I have in my cart because I know you guys always want to know like what do you be buying? I got you. Told you I got you. All right, so here I got me some organic ginger. Okay. I got some garlics in here only because I feel like being lazy this time. Normally I peel my own garlics, but I saw this and it was cheap. Okay, it was cheap, and I'm like, let me just grab me some garlic. I have me two bunch of fresh scallions because we're gonna be making some soup today. So I got me two bunch of fresh scallions here, looking good. Okay, what else? Mushrooms. Okay, these are the white mushrooms that I have this time. You can see here what they look like. Okay, beautiful. Mm-hmm. All right, so that's what we got. I got these. These are banana peppers. They're like smaller version of bell peppers, and I really like these for salads, and I really like them for soups as well. Generally, I like to get the orange, the red, and the yellow. So I like to have different colors when I'm making my salad. So see, I have hold up. See, I have the yellow, and this is the orange, right? And this is the red. So I like to have the color mixture because every single color is also a different frequency because frequency are colors. Okay. So likewise, when it comes to nature, you're gonna realize that the fruits and the food in nature also matches the chakra systems inside of your body, right? So we know that the root chakra is what? The root chakra is red, right? Yes, the root chakra is going to be red. So this would be for the root chakra. The sacral chakra is orange, okay? And the solar plexus chakra is yellow. So literally this is what you're looking at when it comes to how the food corresponds to each energetic centers within the body, which also corresponds to the endocrine glands. So, in other words, the red bell pepper, in other words, the red bell pepper is going to contribute to, for if you're a female, it's going to correspond to your ovaries. If you're a male, it's going to correspond to your testes or your gonads in that sense. Then the orange one is going to correspond to the adrenal glands, right? And the yellow is going to correspond to the pancreas for the stomach. So if you notice, colors are frequencies and the chakras, food matches the chakras. So generally, if you're even having a problem with like your stomach, if you eat foods that are more yellow, like bananas with potassium, oranges, right? Um, Papaya, those all is gonna help with your gut health, basically. You see? And likewise, you can start to eat according to different frequencies of the colors of the food, and that will actually help you with the corresponding organ or chakra within that system. Now, obviously, now we're within the realms of occult anatomy. We're tapping into metaphysical and esoteric knowledge, which a lot of people are not really versed in because for most people, the only knowledge they have is what they were taught into school from the textbook, from the professor, what they saw on TV, what they saw in a movie, what they heard about in the news, which is a whole bunch of bullshit that does not reflect reality. But you're here within the healing space with me, and in the healing space, we tap into all body of knowledge, from ancient knowledge, occult knowledge, esoteric knowledge, metaphysical knowledge, okay, ancestral wisdom, all of it. Okay. There's no question that you can't ask that we can't answer. Okay, because we have access to infinite wisdom. All right. So welcome to the healing space. So yeah, so I got me these peppers. I'm gonna put a few in my salad, not a lot. Even though I probably should wash all of it because I'm gonna make soup with it. All right. Got me like 3 apples, which is going to be going inside of the juice. Now, I don't really eat broccoli, but yesterday I saw this nice bunch of broccoli, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try the broccoli in my soup. Now, the reason why I don't really eat broccoli because like according to Dr. Sebi teachings, the broccoli because it's not considered to be like alkaline, so broccoli is not really recommended, right? But I also like to tap into different things and get my own experiences from it as well. Okay, what is in my eye? Hmm, okay, this is my own eyelash. Have you guys ever had experience where your own eyelash like also get into your eye? You feel like it was something in your eye. When you go up to like a mirror and you start to take a closer look, you're realizing that it's your own eyelash. Like, how dare you betray me? Like, that's crazy. Like, how dare you betray me like that? My own eyelash be doing it. But I do have long eyelashes though, like for some reason, I don't know. All right. So I got me some thyme, some fresh thyme, of course. I got me some hot peppers. Okay, so hot peppers we have here. And I got me a bag of nice cucumbers, which which we're going to be juicing today. In fact, I am going to need one of these cucumbers for my salad. Okay, we're going to put this one in the salad. And we got three other nice cucumbers that's going to go inside of the juice. Okay. Okay, what I have next here is one of my all-time favorite, and this is called a kabocha squash. Okay, so kabocha squash. Listen, let me tell you something. If you have not tried the kabocha squash yet, best believe that you're definitely missing out. Okay, this is the original pumpkin, like the original pumpkin right here. The kabocha squash is very dense in minerals like iron, phosphorus, zinc, copper. Okay, it's super nutrient dense. Okay, it's one of the best squashes that exists on planet Earth. It's called the kabocha squash. Now, it normally comes bigger as well. I kind of deliberately like went through the whole entire stack that they had and choose like a small one because I know that I don't need a lot because I'm only going to be making soup with it. So I think half of it I'm going to put inside of like the soup to make the broth. The other half I'm going to cut up and put inside of the pot later on to kind of like have some food inside of the with the broth to have with the broth. So I didn't want a super big one because I might not going to eat off all of that. But the kabocha squash, I'm telling you, you can just boil it like that and just eat it as well. The consistency is to die for. Okay? One of the best food you can eat for your health. Like this, like I can't express to you how much this is so important. Can't express to you how much it is. All right. So then I end up picking up two turnips, which I'm like, you know what? I'm not a okay, so I'm not like a person who just eat turnips. It's not something that I really eat. But I was just in the store yesterday, and as I'm thinking about this amazing soup that I want to recreate, because the last time when I made it, it was so sensational. I end up drinking around seven whole big dish of the soup until my stomach couldn't hold anymore. I was kind of ashamed of myself at the end of the session because I was like, damn, did I just give in to gluttony and wild out like that? But at the same time, it's like the soup was so good. Like I had to show respect to the magnificence of how everything was just harmonizing together inside of that pot. Okay? Like that was just yeah, I had to do it. Right? So I decided that I want to recreate the soup, but then I started to get more creative ideas as I'm inside of the supermarket. So I'm like, you know what? What if I put a piece of broccoli in it this time? What if I put two turnips in it this time? Kind of a thing. So that's why I end up with all these things that were never originally a part of the soup that I made that came out to be so great. But I be getting creative. Okay, like I love to cook. Anything I touch with my hands turns to gold. That's like one of my gifts, right? So it's like I love to cook. Sometimes I just be cooking, not even hungry, but just cooking just because I enjoy cooking. Okay, so yeah, that's what that was. Now I end up getting two coconuts. As you already know, we like to make our coconut milk. And guess what? The coconut milk was the active ingredient that really it put the soup on a more top tier level. Okay, like the coconut milk was like the philosopher's stone of an ingredient that once I dropped it in there, the whole entire pot just transformed into something beyond magnificence. It was just completely sensational. So it's like I don't see me making the soup without coconut. The only thing though, where I normally get the good coconut from was a different supermarket, and I kind of like took an Uber to the one that I went to, and I just didn't feel like taking another Uber. Plus, it's like I already was kind of like overstimulated because once I go to the supermarket, like a lot of people be finding me there. They're like, "Oh, I follow you." Like a lot of people try to engage with me, and I don't mind, but sometimes I just kind of like would just want to have a peaceful shopping and to be in my mind and my idea. And I'm not really like a person who like to take pictures, and everybody always want to take a picture with me whenever they see me in public. And I'm not a picture person, as you can tell. When you go on my page, you don't see no pictures of me, right? I'm not a I'm a video person. Okay? I'm a video person, which means you're gonna see me in real time. That's one of the reasons why I'm also always live as well. I rather interact with you in real time, not pictures. So if you see me in public and you're asking me to take a picture with you and I don't want to, I don't want you feeling some kind of way or feeling like, oh, I'm acting like I'm too good to take a picture with you. It's just not my thing. Okay. Also, the next thing, the shaking of hands. Okay. as part of my spiritual hygiene, I don't go around shaking strangers' hands. You see, just because of I'm very sensitive to subtle energies and other people's frequency. That's also not a disrespect or me feeling like I'm too good to interact with you. I'll talk to you or whatever not, but not for a long time. I'm on a mission. Okay. So yeah. So at that supermarket, it's like I was a little bit overstimulated at that point. I didn't want to go to the other one. So I ended up buying coconuts at this supermarket, which is not really known of having a reputation for carrying good coconuts. Sometimes you be buying the coconut and you bring it back home, and when you break it open, it's not good on the inside, and then it's like, damn, you know. So I took two chances with these. I use all of my experience and my skills of how to choose a good coconut. Obviously, I grew up on a farm. I grew up in a country, so we had a lot of coconut trees, and my grandparents actually sold coconut at the market. Now, how do you choose a good coconut? How do you choose a good coconut? Okay, so here's some signs to look for. So me specifically, I like to choose the native coconuts. It's the difference between the native coconuts and just the regular coconuts. The native coconuts or the original coconuts that have not been hybridized or altered. They tend to have a more richer coconut flavor. The oil inside of it tend to have like a stronger density or aroma to the native coconut, obviously because it have not been altered and it came directly from nature the way how God designed it. You get what I'm saying? So the native coconuts, they're gonna have like a pointy, they're gonna have like a very pointy back. You notice it's kind of like elongated. It's kind of like very elongated with a pointy back to it. These are native coconuts. The coconuts that are non-native, they're just round. So you see like them coconuts that are like super spherical, that are super round, those are not native coconuts. And nothing is wrong with those. You can still use them, get your milk from them just the same. It's just that when it comes to the natives gonna give you a more stronger coconut vibe. Like I'm talking about when you make a coconut milk or you put it inside your food, somebody outside can smell that, oh, you have coconut inside of your pot. Okay. Yeah, it's giving aroma. Okay. So um me personally, I like to choose the native coconuts, but you don't have to. Not all the time that I get the options of choosing a native coconut. Sometimes I go there, they only have the standard coconuts, and I just choose the best of what's there. Still get my food done, still get everything done, and it's perfect. Okay. Now, so that's only one factor, which is not really necessary. But what you want to pay attention to is the eyes of the coconuts. Okay. So clearly the coconuts got three eyes in them, right? So what you want to do, you want to make sure that the eyes of the coconut is completely dry. You see how it looks completely dry? Okay. If it looks a little bit wet or it looks a little bit white, the coconut is not good on the inside. Okay. Always pay attention to the eyes of the coconut. Same thing when it comes to avocado. Okay. And the cayenne peppers is really trying to um cleanse me real bad. Probably wasn't a good idea to eat that much cayenne pepper before coming live. So similar when it comes to choosing an avocado. Okay, how you know if an avocado is good? You basically break out the point of the avocado, and if it looks green, if you break it out and it looks green, you know the avocado is good. If you break out the little eye out of the avocado and it looks brown, the avocado is no good. So there's certain signs to look for in knowing how to choose something. So you look at the eyes of the coconuts, and if they're dry, that's good. The next thing you do, you're gonna shake the coconuts. Can you hear the water in there? Okay, that's a good sign. Coconuts are good. Okay, and I like to also look at the consistency of the shell. All right, good coconut. And the consistency is also very, very well, nicely put together. Okay? Yeah. So these are coconuts that we're gonna make milk from to put inside of our soup today. So that's what I have for this particular um part of the ingredients. But I'm gonna put these back in and we're gonna make our salad, finish up these juices, and then we can move on to the next thing that we're here to make today. Now, Tribe, I understand for a lot of people, I know y'all been complaining, talking about how this is difficult and yo, this take a lot of money and a lot of time, bro. But I kept seeing the same thing over the years. What choice do you really have? I mean, you're born inside of a slave system, which they poison you deliberately. while they snatch up the children and shit like that. Like can't you guys realize by now that this is not real life? You're living in an artificial version of a reality that was constructed and created by occultists and people who work dark sorcery, vampires and demons who's running this whole shit. I know it can sound like a fairy tale, but it's real life. You have to come to that realization at this point, right? Good and evil. The world is composed of yin and yang. Okay. So I understand for a lot of people why you can't, you just don't want to believe that the world is really run by Satanists and demons. I get it. I get it. You just don't want to believe it or accept it, but it's a fact. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to tell you. I had to come to that realization too. I mean, it didn't take me long to realize that something was off down here. From the moment I was born and I came into this reality, I could pick up that something is off. I've always known something is off. You see? So I wasn't one of them kids who had to go through life and get experience an awakening. I was born already with like an old soul that just hearing a mission and just knew that this is not how people are supposed to be living. All right. So it just time for you to wake up now and just understand that this is what it is. So you can't expect to be treated fairly. You can't expect things to follow like moral code and integrity and oh, it's all love and light because it's not. Okay, it's not. The physical reality is built upon duality. Okay? So you're gonna have good and evil, up and down, left and right, light and dark. This is just how the physical reality is constructed with two opposite forms of energy. And so the key factor of what I've learned is that you need to find that balance point in the middle. Okay. So like how everybody kind of looked at the scale, right? So it's like the scale is like this, right? Let me see if I can find something to use like the scale. So we're kind of like stepping into the doorway of metaphysics. So you ever look like at the scale, and so the scale has like one point on the scale, and you're trying to find a balance the scale, right? Like this. But what people are not paying attention to, everybody's looking to the right side and the left side of the scale, but they're not paying attention to the middle point. The middle point is actually what's holding up the whole entire scale. Is it? So it's the middle point that you're trying to move your consciousness into. And that's also what meditation does, because you see, when you're in that deeper state of meditation and you're somewhat moving your consciousness in between the left and the right hemisphere of the brain. And once you've made it into the left or the right hemisphere of the brain, you now achieve what we call hemi syncing. Okay? So this is called hemi syncing. Okay? When you synchronize both hemisphere of the brain, right? So the right brain, the left brain, the conscious mind, and the superconscious mind. Okay? Okay. Once you basically achieve hemi syncing where you can synchronize both hemisphere of your brain, you unlock a whole nother aspect of yourself and how you process reality, how you process emotion, your perception, how you see things, everything completely changed because now you're not trapped in duality. You see, when a person is trapped into duality, you have people on the good side, you have people on the bad side. Yo, they're wicked, and the other people over there be like, yo, we gotta kill all these good people. Like we come into the world like I feel like what we're truly really missing is to understand that everything is energy, or everything is spiritual in that sense. Everything is energy, right? And so if you start to process life through how the energy are moving, you kind of gain a deeper level of understanding than you just reacting emotionally to things that you don't want, or things that doesn't fit your perception or your expectation, and you're reacting to it. Instead of just looking at it and be like, yo, that's just how it is. That's how energy move. Let me learn to master over the energy then. You get what I'm saying? So aside from that, you're gonna be trapped into duality. Duality. People's always gonna be choosing a side and pick a side. That's why in any kind of an altercation, any kind of a rumor, anything, you're always gonna have some people who choose one side of the person. Like, think about it. Even in an altercation or rumor where something happened, you're gonna have people who's going to choose the side of the evildoer, and also people who choose the side of the person who's innocent, right? Literally, because people's always choosing a side because you're trapped in duality instead of actually looking at both and finding the center point or the balance within that. So obviously, this is going deeper into metaphysical principles, but just to kind of slightly bring you into that space so you can understand that. Yeah. All right. Let me refocus because we be getting off in a whole bunch of stuff. So my cilantro is almost done. I have my onions cut up in here already. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna add some of my fresh cilantro to my red onion. Okay. Make a quick little salad, then we're gonna go back to the juice. All right. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna fresh cilantro. Wholeness, and welcome back to the space. Hey Bella, what go on? What a go on? Mr. Me not stay upon you for long, 'Cause, me not normally come live like 12 o'clock and then time. Time me normally at work, but me just feel like say, what? I put a little bit of stuff together and we like a vibe. My soon gone still, my soon gone. Can I contemplate if I want to make the soup right now, because you can add to the like the weather up when you want to drink no hot soup in a day because the AC on. To it add, you probably can hear the AC in the background. So but the soup tastes good. That's the only thing. The soup is so nice to the point to me say I have to make it again. And because everybody asking about a recipe, we say I can't bother write down all of that right now. So make we just do it, do it so you can see how it done because I'm a more visual person, practical person to be honest. So yeah. All right. So I juice the rest of the cilantro stem, basically. All right. So now we have the cilantro and red onion. Let me check my other bag. They said me to get no arugula. I'm never getting arugula. What is that? I want to get the ice and mushroom though. But all right. Okay, man. Extra virgin olive oil. Oh, oh. You know what go good? You know what go good? We have some of the nori seaweed and avocado oil. And I put some of that in the salad. Okay. We just get a buckle of a fresh virgin olive oil. All right. Iberia. And I know some really like the Iberia brand because what? When I don't come from America. Product of Spain, Argentina, Chile, Greece, Italy. Why do I have so much different country pan? Where does put the specific country where it come from? Like only thing gonna select what product of Spain, Argentina, Chile, Greece, Italy, Morocco, Portugal, Turkey, Tunisia. How the blood clot? So hold on, so all this come from so much different country. One country this supposed to come from. Nah, be specific. Me not like that. Me like direct. Be direct with me, me know exactly where it a come from. Or you have a list 8, 9 different country where this come from. But I make them go on, I make them get over the only because I know so them olive oil normally good. But I know good look that still. I know good look. Need to be completely direct. You know what I say? Be direct. I run grown corner. Be direct. All right. So I like a bell pepper in there. Do you have any tips to do alkaline bathing at home? So, goddess, I'm not entirely sure what alkaline bathing means. I mean, bathing is just bathing. There's no, I don't know if anything named alkaline bathing. If you're referring to like doing a salt bath, yeah, salt bath is going to be good for you. Doing like a salt bath, or if you want to do like a herbal bath. But when it comes to salt bath, you can use the raw sea salt, or you can also use dead sea salt as well. Okay, yeah. Or are you okay? Are you referring to like using baking soda, like sodium bicarbonate, like a heavy metal detox bath? Like if that's what you're referring to? Yeah, you can do those. I mean, I wonder if a spiritual bath she mentioned. So if you want to do a spiritual bath, obviously the herbs are cleansing. Okay, the Bible tells you that that is something necessary for you to do. So in the Bible it says, "Bathe me with hyssop, and I should be clean." Right? Bathe me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. Now I don't remember the exact. I don't remember the exact. For instance, here we have some hyssop. This is hyssop herb, right? Maybe somebody can pull up the particular scripture that says, "Bathe me in hyssop, and I should be clean." Let me see if I can find it for you really, really quick. Tell you what scripture it is. Let's see. Okay. Bathe me in hyssop. Okay. Purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow. Psalms 51, verse 7. Okay. This request is a profound plea for the spiritual purification and cleansing from sin, evoking the Old Testament use of hyssop to apply cleansing blood or water. It symbolizes the longing for a broken heart to be made clean, renewed, and forgiven by God. Okay. So in the biblical context, David wrote the Psalms after Nathan the prophet confronted him regarding his sins, acting as a profound confession and a plea for mercy. Hyssop in biblical times, hyssop was a plant used by priests to sprinkle water for purifying people and objects, specifically in case of leprosy and impurities. Spiritual transformation. The request is for total spiritual washing, changing the hearts to be whiter than snow, purity that cannot be achieved on its own, basically. It represents a transition from a sinful to a righteous full life, basically. Okay, to bathe in hyssop today is often viewed as meditative or spiritual act. Okay, sometimes including the use of hyssop bath to accompany a time of reflection, confession, and prayer. Okay, so clearly you can tell, as I said to you guys before, the Bible is a manual, okay, that also helps you to raise to Christ consciousness. All right. Likewise, the Bible tells you about the correct kind of clothing to wear. Let me pull that up for you again. You see, I'm gonna teach you the proper way how to use the Bible. See, most people use the Bible in a way to control people and to indoctrinate people into these different religions. But a person who knows the allegory or understand the metaphysical teachings of the Bible know how to apply it in their everyday life to raise their frequency and raise their consciousness to that of the Christ. Okay, so while people looking for a physical Christ to come back, no, you're supposed to raise to Christ consciousness. So hyssop is a great for spiritual bath. That's why it says, "Bathe me in hyssop, and I should be clean." Now let's look up the garments. Okay, um, garments, garments in the Bible. Let's look up to hear what it says. Okay, where is it? Okay. Clothing. Okay. Okay. Material and practical garments. Linen, often worn by the priest and associated with purity. So the Bible recommends you to wear linen. Okay. It recommends wool, common material for everyday clothes, right? Um, I'm trying to find the specific Bible. Let me look for it right now because I want to give you the exact Bible verse. Okay. Well, let me see if I can find it here. Come on, supercomputer, find it for me. Okay, let me go back. Let me go back. I shouldn't be doing all this work for you, but I do want to give you direct. Okay. So Bible verse on clothing material. That's probably a better one. Okay. Okay. Where is it at? Hmm. You tell me I can't find it right now? Is it Deuteronomy? I can't pronounce it. Deuteronomy? Is it Deuteronomy like 22:11? All right, so I can't find it right now. Okay. Well, you guys can find it. But basically, um linen and wool. So clearly the Bible is telling you about the kind of material to wear. Nothing in the Bible says to wear polyester. Okay, nothing in the Bible says to wear polyester, but that's what you guys wear. Polyester, a whole bunch of polyester clothing. You see? So yeah, let's see here. Give me a second here. Let me fix something with my device. Let me fix something here with my device. I don't know why is it doing that? Why is it doing that? Okay. Let's go to menu. Oh no. So go back to menu, go back to mode. Boom. Then we're gonna go to menu, format, and basically, and then go back to mode. And we're gonna go to manual. Hmm, basically. So my recording equipment is moving in slow motion, and I just don't know what's going on. Okay, so mode. I'm going to intelligent program auto. Okay, that should be good in program auto. All right, so obviously, again, it also tells you about crystals and so forth. So yeah. All right. Anyway, so I got the cilantro in there. We got the peppers in there, and I'm gonna put the cucumber, and then I'm gonna put avocado, and I'm gonna break up that little seaweed thing in it. I feel like this is gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Well, go ahead and ask your questions. I'm paying attention now. I'm paying attention now. Okay, that should be just about good. What fruits would you recommend for dealing with yeast infection? I would have to recommend stuff like bitter melon. Dealing okay, so when you're dealing with yeast, you're not trying to consume sugar. Okay, you're trying to go on a diet with less sugar. So I would recommend a whole bunch of sweet fruits. Okay. What I would recommend for you to be on, okay, vegetables for sure. We're mostly vegetables, and you're gonna stay away from heavy carbohydrates. That's gonna turn back into sugar, and keep the fruits at like a minimal control level. Then what you want to do, you want to consume things that are going to be destroying the yeast instead. So oregano oil, okay, oregano oil. Put a lot of garlic in your food too, help to destroy yeast as well. But oregano oil, thyme is also good dealing with the yeast. So you can make tea from the thyme. Rosemary also gets rid of yeast as well. And then when it comes to the herbs, pardiarco, you're going to utilize pardiarco. Okay, fennel seeds. Those are good to destroy yeast out of the body. Basically, you just need to be on a parasite cleansing when it comes to dealing with yeast. Not a lot of sugar. So bitter melon, you can take the bitter melon in the capsule form. Because I know not everybody wants to confront that bitter melon taste every single day. It's extremely bitter. Okay? Yeah. All right. So that's that for everything that we have here. Do we have anything else that we can pour into this salad? Um, so now we're gonna add in our cucumber. Hold on, brother. So my 6-year-old keeps having accidents a lot of poo. Is there something he's missing in his diet? Well, fiber. Okay, okay, so if somebody's having more like a watery stool all the time, constantly, they need fiber. Okay, so this tells me that there's not a lot of fiber that's inside of the baby's diet. So what I'm gonna recommend is fonio. I'm gonna recommend you. Do I have any more fonio? Um, fonio. Okay, start giving the baby fonio. Start giving the baby sea moss. Okay, remember, you can make a nice smoothie with sea moss, hemp seeds, right? Dates. Put some walnuts in there, and you can also use the fonio to make cereal for the baby in the morning. Remove all frosted flakes. Remove all milk. Remove all sugary foods and snacks. No ice cream. Okay, all candy bars, cotton candy, chocolate bars, biscuit, all of that got to go. Okay, diet should be mostly fruits. In fact, kids are supposed to be on fruits, not even so much as vegetables. They're supposed to be on fruits. So notice how the Matrix have programmed people to give their babies candies instead of fruits. It's basically kind of like trying to replace nature, you see, and making money off of it. So they start to commercialize and manufacture all these sweet stuff. That's why they made that whole movie about Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. These things are what we call um, subconscious programming, or um, what's the other terminology for it? So you have auto suggestion. You have auto suggestion. Um, can't remember the other terminology, but it's more like a subconscious suggestion when they do like that the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and they have all the kids watching it. So it's implanting that seed in their mind that, oh, chocolate, candy, right? Cotton candy. These things were made and marketed towards children because they know once the child wants it, the parents is going to get it for them. You see, so they market all these things to children. So all these things got to be removed from your baby's diet, and watch how everything completely improves. But go ahead with the sea moss smoothie and go ahead with the fonio. And as I said, remove all sugar, dairy products. Okay. And everything should start to be improved in a matter of a week to a week and a half, literally, as the body re-regulate and readjust itself. All right, so the cucumber is in. Cucumber is in. Okay, good. Now, what we're gonna do now, we're going to add a key lime. We're gonna use a key lime, which is gonna soften up everything. Okay. hmm So we have a nice little key lime here. Mm. So I'm gonna add the whole entire key lime. And mix everything in. So the key lime have the tendency to soften up your salad. Like all the veggies in there is gonna start to like soften up everything and allow everything to start to like merge. Right? Okay, perfect. All right, now I'm gonna start to season up the salad. So I'm gonna go with peppercorn, jalapeno pepper, fresh basil. We got sea salt. No, do I have oregano? We got cayenne pepper. Got onion powder, and we got garlic powder, and we got fresh grounded oregano. So that's what we're gonna use here in the salad. So I'm gonna give it a lightly amount of sea salt, just like that. Key lime already started to take its effect. Okay, so the key lime is already doing its thing. Okay, key lime already doing its thing. Very good. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of the basil. We're not gonna do too much. Just wanna slightly give it a little bit of you know? Yeah. Okay, that's good enough. A bit of basil. We're gonna put a little bit of oregano. Remember, we talked about don't put too much oregano because it's overpowering. You just want a little bit to just hold hands with the basil, and both of them gonna work together as a team up in here. Okay, to make our taste bud dance. Okay, so a little bit of oregano alongside the basil. Okay, now we're gonna do the jalapeno peppers. Not too crazy either, even though it's not really hot. Just have a more like a unique flavor to things, just a little bit. We don't want too much. Okay, onion powder. just slight onion powder. I don't like too much onion powder in salad. Garlic powder. Slight again. You're just trying to barely give it a little bit of a nothing too crazy. And the hottest cayenne pepper, which you're gonna find at our website, of course. If you have not tried our cayenne pepper as yet, you're missing out. This is the most medicinal cayenne pepper, over 90,000 Scoville heat unit. Okay, you're not gonna get no hottest cayenne pepper nowhere else but from us. Okay, yeah. Now I'm an earth sign with a lot of fire elementals. Okay, so you don't gotta go as crazy as me with the pepper. Okay, I just like a lot of heat because in my natal chart I have a lot of fire and earth. Okay, so I'm a lot of fire and earth. So grounded, but also very fiery. That's me. So I don't eat food unless it's spicy. I like when my food is so hot to the point where it makes me regret it. Like, why did I put so much pepper in this? And so while it's burning, I'm enjoying that. Okay. Not expecting you to understand. All right. So base materials are in. Now we're gonna add in our beautiful last half of the avocado. Okay, this avocado is literally perfection. And I have another one. Okay, I have another beautiful one here. Okay, I still don't know what exact country these are from, but I actually bought it from the section that I normally bought the Dominican avocados from. Because unfortunately, I can't get the Jamaican avocados right now. So I've been rocking with Mexico and Dominican Republic. Okay, so DR, yeah. So we cut it up in little tiny boxes already because you can get it to distribute better when you cut it up inside the shell. And we're gonna add a little tiny layer of sea salt on the avocado. Okay. Then we're gonna add a little bit more of the cayenne pepper. I said don't do too much if you know you can't handle this kind of stuff. You ain't gotta follow the exact what I'm doing. I'm a fiery kind of being. Okay. All right. Cayenne pepper up in that. And then we're gonna just scoop it out of the shell. Oh, that looks beautiful. Like, look at this magnificent here. Look at it. Listen, I don't know how you guys get up every day and your whole goal is to stop some dead animals inside of your gut. Like, look at the beautiful creations of nature. Look at everything. Listen. Look how everything is packaged up. Like, God literally packaged up the food that you're supposed to eat inside of its own unique containment. For you, it's listen. It already has the right amount of sugar. It has the right amount of flavor. It has the right amount of enzyme. It has the right amount of water content. You see, I don't think you guys are understanding the the divine intelligence that thought out everything within creation before it even came into full manifestation. Like, think about it. Think about a fruit and cut the fruit open and look. For instance, this is a pink grapefruit. Look at these intricate lines and these designs in perfect symmetry of a geometrical pattern. This is numerology. Okay, everything is perfectly designed at a perfect measurement, right? And it's packaged so well with the right amount of enzyme, the right amount of water, the right amount of sugar, also with a good protective coating on the outside to prevent anything from getting in, right? While also containing all of that energy from the sun, which was basically collected through the process of photosynthesis. Are you guys not seeing the magic in this shit? How did society end up programming your brain to where you don't even eat fruits, or the fact that I got to be here every day bringing scientific evidence to prove to you that eating fruits is healthy. I want you to think about how mad you are, how psychologically fucked you are, the fact that somebody got to be here proving to you. I have to bring up scientific documentation to prove to you that eating fruits is healthy. This is ridiculous. So I don't think you guys are able to see the magic and the magnificence in that divine creation. Okay. Now take a look at this beauty right here. Like, and you want to be out there eating chicken, a fake chicken, not even a real chicken, but you're eating a chicken that was grown to full maturity in 6 weeks. You're a lunatic. You see, and then you want to tell me how smart you are because you have a degree. Oh, but I got a master degrees, bro. You can't tell me nothing. But you can't think for yourself. What's the point of your degree if you can't express independent thought and you can't use that so-called intelligence to navigate your reality to live a wholesome life? You get what I'm saying? The fact that you have all these degrees, you don't even know what real food is crazy to me. The fact you want to tell me about your degree, you don't even know nothing about occult knowledge, esoteric knowledge, nothing about metaphysics. You don't even know how reality is constructed. You don't even know how your own body works or your own mind works. But you want to tell me about your degrees as if you're on some high horse because you have a bachelor degrees. That doesn't worth nothing or mean nothing. Okay, if you can't think for yourself. So I don't know. I don't know, but look at all this goodness here. Look like I don't think you're understanding what's going on here. You see? And if I want to make it even more lovely than this, all I gotta do is cut up another piece of avocado and put in it, which I just might do it. Hmm. Hmm. The thing is, I could put more avocado in there, but it's literally hold up, hold up. I shouldn't be talking with all that pepper. Hold up. But listen, it is so good that it doesn't even need nothing. Okay? I am gonna add a piece more avocado. Okay. So I'm gonna put away these other seasonings because we better turn up this meal. Okay, we're gonna turn this one all the way up. All the way up. So listen, I know that for y'all, you get excited when you drive past like a McDonald's. You be getting excited when you in that Wendy's drive through. So I understand that we're cut from different cloth, but I'm trying to bring you back to the doors of nature. You see, because you're just lost. That's just what it is. Okay, you're just lost. You came into the world and you thought that everything was normal that you see everybody was doing. You thought that you were just living a regular life and all this was real and this is how life is supposed to go. So you see, you're just coming from a state of lostness. So I'm trying to reopen back these doors to guide you back to your source, literally. Because the same thing that you're gonna have to do the same thing that I'm also doing. I had to also learn and break away from that programmable version of reality that everybody was trying to force on me too. Okay. Once you came into the world, your parents started to give you this trash to eat, alongside fake holidays and Santa Claus and a whole bunch of bullshit and fake, So it's like, listen, that's why I'm here for you. Okay, that's why I'm here for you because I understand. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this magnificence right here. It is literally perfection. Am I the only one who feels some kind of amazement about these divine creations out of the universe? I know, I know. Most of you guys, you only get excited about Louis Vuitton bags and Dior bags and babe jackets, garbage. Literally, microplastic and polyester. That's the kind of shit that they have you guys spending thousands of dollars for because you're looking for cloud. You're so insecure that you need attention so bad that you're gonna waste your money buying liabilities, not even asset, just to come on social media to show off because you want other people to think that you're special. Or because you don't feel that special deep within yourself. That's truly really what it is. But look at the kind of stuff that you guys romanticize about. Well, look at these great magnificence here that holds divine mystery of creation behind it, and nobody even cares like that. That's how far they've taken you away from nature and what's real and what's natural. You know? So allow me to bring you back to these doors. Okay. Since you're not excited for natural foods and natural fruits, guess what? I'm gonna be excited for the both of us. Okay, I'm gonna be excited for all of y'all. And since you guys don't want to eat these beautiful creation and magnificence, I'm gonna eat it for both of us. Okay. So while you over there eating your hot dogs and your hot wings and your burgers with human meat and human DNA, I'm gonna be over here eating all these foods that God made. Okay? That's what I'm gonna be doing. So if you wanna stay over there and keep eating disease causing food as you slowly kill yourself and go end up on mad pills and in the hospital in the next 10, 15 years, then listen, that's the thing about life. God has given everybody their own power of free will. You see, I can't force you to do what you don't want to do. You see, I can show up and give you the guidance or the information and say, hey, brother, hey, sister, look, I was in this predicament like you as well, and I know the way out. I realized that everything that we were being taught was fake information to keep us subdued in a lower state of consciousness and vibration. And this is what I did to break free. This is how I healed my body. This is how I've helped thousands of people to heal from things that they were told that cannot be healed from. I'm giving you the literal blueprint. Okay. And I'm not asking you for nothing. Do you see me on here trying to sell you something all the time? I'm here to give you the wisdom and the knowledge because this is my purpose. Okay? You don't see me all over the internet trying to sell you something all the time. You see me giving knowledge for years now, right? Unstop, infinite wisdom, years on top of years on top of years because we all need each other. Okay? So that's my purpose in this life, to be here for you and grow with you and build with you. And we can go through this healing journey together. Okay? So this is what the healing space is about. Now, obviously, it's not a lot of people really here as it should, but that's just based off the level of the shadow banning and the suppression that I go through. So even with 1 million followers, they don't allow people to interact with my content because what? The vibration and the frequency is different. It goes against the disempowerment and the debasement of individual. See, the kind of vibe and the energy that we're on, love and harmony, being here for each other, we're on some higher vibratory type of a wavelength or frequency. And then so the matrix naturally going to view that as to be like an enemy. Well, best believe that if I was on here sharing gossip and drama, okay, and talking some crazy shit, low vibrational, sexual shit, you'd have seen all over the algorithm. You see? So that's how the system works, right? They push and they promote certain low vibratory kind of a content and information to keep other people distracted and subdued. And then the information that allow people to raise their consciousness, raise their vibration, break out of societal norms and programming, they look at those kind of people like an enemy. They try to box you away or to lock you away so that most people don't get to interact with you. So that's just what I go through on social media. But yet we're still pushing through. Doesn't matter. Okay. Naturally, we know that the system was never going to allow anybody to come on their platform to share information that goes against their agenda. And their agenda is to maintain a sick society. Because remember, whenever you can keep people sick, you can keep them controlled and dependent upon you. So a sick person is a person who's in a lower vibratory state of consciousness and survival mode and desperate. So once you keep them in that frequency, they will never revolt. They will never wake up. You see, they will never go against the grain. Just keep them sick and disempowered, basically, and you have them as your permanent slave for life, like a battery source for the matrix. Okay, so that's why things are like that. Okay, so here my salad is literally complete. Mm. Hmm. The key lime breaks everything down so perfectly. Like, wow, this is incredible. I'm gonna add just a little tad of salt in it so that that flavor can just pop. I want the flavor to just jump through the door. Just jump through the door and just hit you like, I'm here. Okay? When it comes to making food, you basically you don't want to be searching for the flavor. You want the flavor to hunt you down and kind of like make itself be known like, yo, I'm here. Okay? That's when you know that you can cook or you can put food together pretty well. Because anybody can put stuff together, but does it taste good? See, that's the magic, but that's the love. That's the love and the passion that you put inside of something. Okay? So, mm, hmm, wow. We did it again. We did it again. Okay? And we didn't even start to make the soup yet. Like, I don't even know if I'm gonna make the soup today because I'm satisfied with this. Now listen, we're not done yet. We're not even done yet. It's far from over. So I saw this thing on the internet, right? I know how y'all come up with these shits, but people be doing stuff like this. They be doing stuff like this whenever they're opening something. Well, okay, y'all are so creative. Yeah, anyway, these are the nori seaweed. Okay, the nori seaweed. And so what we're gonna do is that's asthma. Bele, some me don't know what that mean, but I guess I must so then call it. So the seaweeds, I'm gonna break up the seaweeds all over into the salad. So it's gonna give it a slight little seaweed chips kind of a vibe. All right, Bella, I got you, mama. Oh, we have more trolls? Okay. All right, it's done. So you know what's funny? Like I never see trolls. Like I would never see them. Like because I don't be paying attention to the comment section until I'm ready to take questions. So their efforts be literally in vain. So if they're like looking attention, never really get it because I never really see it. Yeah. Well, remember, whenever we're cultivating like a high vibrational space, you're gonna have these lower entities or demons that's gonna try to come in to cause some kind of a disruption or some kind of a distraction, and that's actually pretty normal. To be honest, that's pretty normal. When you understand how frequency work or how the lower densities of consciousness work, you can know what to basically expect. So yeah, you're always gonna have lower entities who's gonna try to come to cause disruption in like a healthy space. But here's the thing. Here's how you deal with low vibrational entities. You basically so you don't give them recognition or you don't give them no attention. And so what happened is that negative energy is gonna fall off at its own weight because you didn't acknowledge it or give it no attention, so therefore it couldn't get the feed. Because remember, it needs some kind of energy for sustenance. Because so those kind of forces, they're more like vampiric. Like in Aleister Crowley books, they call those kind of entities to be of a vampiric nature. So they'll go into different spaces and they'll try to comment or post any kind of a whatever to get some kind of attention or some kind of a response. And but that's how they actually feed. They need a response or recognition from you for them to feed. So if they don't get that energy, they starve. And then they starve until they fade out. So that's one way how to deal with lower entities in any aspect of your life. Okay. You starve them out from your energy and then they'll just fade out. Okay. All right. So we add the seaweeds. Yeah, basically. You're gonna always have those. So and plus we're in the matrix. We're in the matrix. Like mm, it hits even crazier. It hits even crazier. I want you guys to try this meal. Replicate everything that I did and come back and tell me if it wasn't amazing. Okay. Now we're still not done yet. Okay. Mm. Let me for later for something else. So pretty, right? But we're still not done yet. So here's what. Here's what. So I have nori wraps that are like the thicker ones. So these are the kind of nori wraps that you'll use to make like your sushi. As you can tell, it's the one that they used to make the sushis and stuff like that. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're gonna get a paper towel. Boom. We're gonna lay down our nori wrap. The only thing is I don't have a sharp knife right now. And now we're gonna add in the avocado and everything inside of this wrap. Okay. Now, if you want this to be more crazier than this, you can also fry some oyster mushroom, which I do think I have a few, but I'm not gonna fry no. I'm not gonna fry no mushroom today. Okay. But like last time, like if I wanted to go even crazier, we could literally just fry some oyster mushroom, okay, and drop them in there. I don't know when I'm gonna fry the oyster mushroom. Let's see. Put this back in the bag though. So we got regular mushrooms and we got oyster mushroom too. So the fried oyster mushroom goes crazy with this stuff. Really, really well with it. Okay. So I feel like that's enough. That's enough. And then now we're gonna wrap it. Okay, we're gonna wrap it. So you'll notice that as you wrap it, some will try to like spill out from the corners. So you just use your finger. Listen, y'all be smoking hello weed and rolling up hello weed. So to do a little no wrap shouldn't be hard because y'all smoke mad weed right throughout the day. Okay? And then we're gonna allow the allow it to just seal. Okay, see what we got there? Perfect. Go let it sit a little bit more so you can seal before we start to cut it up. Well, let me pick it up and bring it closer so that you can see this gorgeous magnificent. Okay, gorgeous magnificence here. Okay, so now we just need a sharp knife, and we're gonna make our sushi. Now this gonna give a more like a slight fish kind of a taste based on the fact that the seaweed is from the ocean. So it definitely give you this slightly fish sushi kind of vibe for real. Like it really does. Okay, it really really does. My only thing is that I don't have a sharp knife. So when you don't have a sharp knife, it doesn't do a good job. Let me check to see if we got a sharper knife up in here. I can do the job. And I don't want to use my sword. Don't want to use my sword. Okay. All right. So we have a chef knife. Okay, these are one of them knives that cannot be dulled. I have this knife for how much years? I have this knife for 2000 in 2019 or 2018. I think I have this knife from 2018. So when I used to do electrical work, I used to work for an electrical company, and they end up sending me to um like a restaurant that like Japanese. This used to be like a Japanese restaurant, and they got evicted, and so I had to do the electrical work back over. Like they were renovating the whole place for to give somebody else to utilize for business, and so basically inside of one of the cabinet there was like a whole set of these brand new knives. I guess when they were leaving, they forgot to take them, and I ended up getting this and another one. So these are like real chef knife that can never be dull. So yeah, it even say Japan on it. Look, it says P94805 Japan. So these are Japanese made, high grade. Okay, but I kind of dedicate this knife as to be just my watermelon knife. So that's I only use it to cut watermelon, and nobody else is allowed to touch it or use it. So let's see how well it does with this. Let's see. Okay, it's not the best at cutting this though. I need something more sharper because this like the teeth is too more like wide apart. This one more like rigid stuff. But I guess it's sharper than what I have now, so we're gonna make it work. The reason why you need like a very sharp knife so that you can cut the sushi without damaging it, basically. Okay. Okay, so the big knife is not gonna be the best, but not much lot. All right. So um here we go. Okay. So now we have our own little vegan sushi, which is like a raw salad with avocado and everything else in it. And see, you can eat as much of this as you like. It's healthy for you. It's gonna make you full pretty fast, and it keeps you and you'll be good. Mm, mm. Wow. I ain't gonna lie, I'm having the time of my life right now. Listen, to the degree of how I like to eat food, if I feel like if I was born in America and I was eating processed food, I would have been fat. I ain't gonna lie. If I was born in America and I ate processed food, I would have been fat because I really like to eat food and I really like to put food together. I enjoy the whole entire experience. I would have definitely weighed probably a good 350 pounds if I was born here. Mm. Have you guys ever like start paying attention to the kind of people that you see at McDonald's? Like it really, really baffles me because it's like the size people that I see coming out of there, like their back is so big, and it's like they can't even walk normally. They're like moving like this. To how big they are, right? They're like moving like this, and they're like massive. They're like very massive people, and you can hear them breathing like they can't even breathe properly. Like they're fighting to breathe. Like they get tired just by walking in the McDonald's. Like they get tired just by walking out, and I'm like, I just don't understand it because I feel like you've been going to McDonald's for all these years, right? Like you're like 40, 50 years old. You've been going to McDonald's for more than 20 years. Like, you don't feel like you've had enough experience now where you can just hang that shit up and leave that for like the younger kids or something? How much more experience do you need? You already got it. You got it under your belt. Look at you. You know what I'm saying? Look at you in the mirror. Like you're walking around with the image that doesn't even belong to you. You don't feel like you can hang that shit up right now and just be like, yo, I had my experience, I had my time. The fact that you're still going back there after all these years, then have the audacity to get mad because the drive-through line is long and you couldn't even wait. So you got mad and just decided to go walk instead of the McDonald's yourself because the drive-through is too long. They're taking hella long. And just by you walking to the door, you're already out of breath. I mean, that doesn't signify to you that, hey, I probably need to stop now. I can chill now. That shit really baffles me because I don't understand why. Like, what more do you want? You've had all the experience. I'm pretty sure you've ate the whole entire menu more than 100 times. You can hang it up now. Okay. And I know some of y'all watching right now, you probably had McDonald's today or yesterday. Like you can listen, you can hang it up now. Okay. It's time now. You're a grown ass adult. Remember, that shit was marketed for kids in the first place. Remember? With the clown, that's why they have the little clown. And symbolic of that clown is them just clowning you, basically. See, you're grown ass adults. That place is not for you. In fact, y'all have taken over McDonald's. Remember, like back in the 10, 20 years ago, in the 90s or whatever, that used to be mostly kids. You see taking picture with the clown and the fries. And y'all adults took over the whole shit. And look at you now. A massive back. Even going up the stairs of your own apartment, you're tired. That's not good. Okay? I need y'all to get it together. That's why I'm here. And I'm going through the process with you. We can get healthy together. You see, the first couple of years, people was talking about, yo, but healthy food is mad expensive. Yo, I don't know how to put this together. And then I'm like, you know what? Let us actually start to go through the process practically. So I'm here with you every day or every other day. And we're literally living life together, going through the whole entire process. So if you're still not trying to reclaim back your health and unbig your back, it's like, I don't know. I don't know if it's too late. I personally don't believe that it's too late for you. Okay. But if you believe that it's too late for yourself or you just don't want to give it up, then what what else can I do? Everybody have their own power of free will. Some people be like, yo, bro, but we all gonna die anyway. Some people be like, yo, yeah, but I gotta eat in moderation. People come up with all kind of excuses just because they're too weak to break away from their addiction of processed foods and sugars. Mm, mm, this is good. So here's what we made a salad. We're gonna make the juice. Then tonight Tonight, later on tonight, okay, later on tonight, we're gonna make the soup. Because I don't feel like making a salad and juice and soup. We don't have that enough battery life to even last us all of that time. Okay? So we're gonna make the soup and the salad. Okay? This is all you need for today. Mm, so good. So good. All right, so we're gonna add three more cucumbers to the juice. I have one bunch of cilantro in there. That's that. I'm gonna save my last nori wrap for later. It's the last one inside of the bag. So nice. So so nice. Mhm. All right, we got three apples, quarter pound of organic ginger. Gonna do wonders for your stomach. Okay? Wonders for your stomach. Okay, good. Yo, this salad is so good. Oh my wow. This is amazing. Okay. So I already got some celery in here already. So put this knife back where it belongs. So I recommend making cucumber juice very frequently. Cucumber juice is one of the best things for your skin. The last time people was like, "Oh, your skin is so nice. How do you get your skin like that?" Um, I just detox, eat healthy, and just wake up, wake up and live. Okay, I don't even wash my face. I don't have no facial. What do you guys call it? I think y'all got some like what you call it, like a face routine or something like that. Those things doesn't exist for me. I simply just go to sleep and wake up and just be. Okay? Because remember, if your internals are clean, it'll be reflected on the outside. However, though, if you need something to really give your skin that glow, it's gonna be cucumbers. Make cucumber juice. They're very cheap. The cucumber water is also going to hydrate your body much more better than even to say the regular water because cucumber is 96% water, but it's also H3O2. Okay? So three hydrogen and two oxygen is going to be good for you. So we're not going to make a lot of juice, just the amount of juice that I need right now. As I said before, I don't recommend for you guys to be making a whole bunch of juice that's going to last for a whole week unless you're going to freeze it. Unless you're going to freeze it. But to make a whole thing of juice and put it in the refrigerator for days, I don't recommend. Make enough juice to last you 1 to 2 days or max 3 days. Then by the time that's supposed to be done, you make some more again. We want the juice to be freshly extracted and go straight into the body. Because remember, God or the universe did not make it for you to extract it away from the fiber and have it sitting down inside of a container in stagnancy. It was actually designed for you to break it down with your body and get the nutrients as soon as they're released. That's why oxidization tends to change even the color of an apple. Once you cut it open and get exposed to oxygen, it starts to go through the oxidization process. You see, so it's not supposed to be like sitting around. Okay? So I'm making enough juice that I want right now or can last me for the rest of the day. And then tomorrow, if I feel like I want some more juice, I'll just stop by the supermarket and grab me a few ingredients and I'll make my juice again. Okay, very simple. Very simple. Very simple to understand. All right. So let me put these into the juicer, then I'm gonna come and answer your questions. All right. I got you right now. Got you all right now. Okay, where's that little cute little tool? I don't see it. Guess I gotta peel it with my hands this time. Another little tool that you guys go like this. I was like, yo, y'all got some easy ass shit in America. Like in Jamaica, our whole life, we've been peeling cucumbers with our hands and using like a grater to make our cucumber juice. And y'all got fancy tools. Y'all got blenders, right? But making cucumber juice, this is what we do back home. Okay, we have to like grater it on a grater like this. Okay, and pour water on it and strain it. And you guys have all these technologies all your life. And it's crazy how you guys have all these technologies and you're not healthy. You're supposed to be like you got juices, you got blenders, right? Extractors, y'all got electricity, refrigerator, all these super shit that we people in other parts of the world don't have that. We do everything from scratch, which takes up a lot of time. So y'all ain't got no excuse to be unhealthy in this country, okay? You're born in luxury. Born in luxury. You just don't seem to realize it. Oh, found it. Okay, I find this little super cheating tool that y'all have over here. I've been so amazed by this. The fact that you can just do this, like, how cool is that? Listen. I know for you, this is like not a big deal because you're used to it all your life. So you're not gonna feel the same kind of excitement or like amazement as me, who's coming from a primitive kind of world where I have to do everything by hand with a knife and a. But look, this is like magic to me right now. Like I can just rub something across the cucumber and all the peel is gone. Like, okay, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. So yeah, y'all got some cool shit over here. Like, all right, okay. I don't want to hear no excuse. Okay, I don't want to hear no excuse. Okay? Get up off the couch, put on the processed food, and start to unbig your back. Ain't nobody gonna do it for you. Ain't no flat tummy tea gonna do it for you. Gotta put the work in. That's why whenever people hit me up and talking about if I don't have any flat tummy tea to flatten their stomach, I said no. We don't sell those kind of stuff here. Do a proper colon cleanse. And the crazy part is the people who be selling that kind of stuff on the internet be making hella money off that kind of a stuff. Flat tummy tea. That's ridiculous. Okay? Ain't no tea gonna give you no flat tummy. You have a lot of fecal matter trapped up inside your gut that needs to be cleansed out. But again, everybody want the easy fix, the easy way out. Nobody want to put in the work. Nobody want to get a gym membership and eat properly and do some fasting and some juice cleanse. See, you just want a flat tummy tea and a waist trainer, right? Okay, I'm all about the real work. Okay, don't give a shit. I'm not here for you. I'm not here for no money from you. I'm here for you to do the work so you can grow your soul and expand your consciousness. Okay. All right. So we have cilantro in there and the ginger. I have one more bunch of cilantro, and I got 3 apples. Let me get these juice done. I'm gonna lock in with you for a couple minutes. Answer your question. Then we're gonna meet up here later on to make our soup. What time is it? Okay, 1 o'clock. At least by 2:30 or so, we should be able to get out of here. Hmm. Nobody coming to save you, love. Nobody coming to save you. Got to save yourself. One day at a time, one step at a time. As I said before, apply self-love. Okay? Apply self-love. For me, all you're too busy looking for love outside of yourself. That's why you're fucked up. Okay? That's why you're depressed. You're looking for love outside of yourself while not loving yourself first. You're supposed to love yourself first. All right. So we're doing good so far. Look like I'm gonna get the perfect amount of juice that I want out of this too. Hmm. Now here's the interesting thing about the people with like a big back. Here's what I want you to know. And also, I don't want you getting mad or upset. Again, I have to tell you the truth. I'm not here to baby you or to sweet you up. I know a lot of people, they don't like when you speak bluntly or vulgarly, but that's just who I am. Okay? Straight up. I'm not here to protect your feelings or none of that. I'm here to tell you the truth so that you can get your life together. Okay? It's tough love, basically. Now, here's the thing. Do you know that if you eat natural foods, where the Bible tell you I give you fruits and seed for food, do you know that it is completely impossible for you to be obese? Yes. You cannot eat natural foods and become obese. You can only become obese from eating unnatural foods and animal fat, which means that if you're overweight, you're walking around with an identity that does not belong to you. So whenever I see people talking about, oh, just accept me for me, y'all gotta stop body shaming people. Listen, me personally, I'm not the kind of individual who goes around to body shame anybody. Okay, I'll speak about it within the realm of my teachings that it's very unhealthy to be overweight. But also, a lot of people tend to be very sensitive about that subject or that topic based off how it made them feel. But here's the thing that I want you to understand. Let's step into the realm of psychology. If the subject of overweight bothers you or you feel attacked, even if somebody's not directing an attack towards you, it's because deep down subconsciously you know that you're not supposed to look like that. Deep down subconsciously you know that you don't feel comfortable in your skin. You see what I'm saying? The fact that that affects you and you feel offended by somebody speaking about overweight people, it shows that deep down you know you're not comfortable with how you look or what you're seeing in the mirror. Which means that what you need to do is to do something about it. So instead of talking about, oh, people need to accept me for me or people be body shaming big people, no. You were never supposed to look like that because you cannot eat no natural food that come from God that could make you be that way, if you get what I'm saying. You literally ate food that was never designed for your body to the point where your body morphed into a different identity that does not belong to you. The body starts to store all of that excess fat because what? The body can't burn up all that fat. The body don't want it. Your digestive system literally rejected all that excess fat and push it off somewhere into storage. And that's how you end up becoming a big bag. So what you need to do, reclaim back your authentic self, your authentic identity. You must reclaim that back. Do not live the rest of your life being at a certain weight, carrying around all that heavy weight, straining your joints and the disc and the vertebrae in your spine and talking about, oh, people need to accept me for me. That's not true though. This is just the truth of it. I have to also bring to you the scientific data behind it so that you don't feel that, oh, this is my opinion. I'm just keeping it real with you. Okay? Nobody's supposed to be obese because it's not natural. Obesity is not natural by no means or form. You only get obese by eating unnatural foods and an excessive load of unnatural foods. So go and reclaim back your identity. Okay? A lot of y'all are very beautiful people. But what? You're walking around with an identity that doesn't belong to you, so you can't get to revel in your beauty or live in your beauty. But what's actually stopping you? Who's stopping you from reclaiming back your authentic, beautiful self? You. So if you're here with me today, I don't want you to feel offended. I want you to feel attacked. Just understand that it's still out of love. And I want you to go and reclaim back your beauty and reclaim back your true self. Drop all of the artificial and the dead animals and the food that you've been consuming all your life. Clearly, it's not good for you. Otherwise, you wouldn't look like that and you wouldn't feel like that. Okay? I want you to go and form back a strong relationship back with nature, back with your source. See, I'm not asking you to go over there and get this or do this or nothing like that. It's not no religion. What I'm saying to you is to go back to nature, which is our own source. This is between you and God. That's what I'm doing here. Do you notice everything that we have here come directly from source? Ain't no middleman in between between me and my food. The only version I would say of a middleman is the fact that some of these vegetables I didn't grow them myself on my farm. So I gotta be here trying to wash off the pesticide off of it. And even this is not even natural because I'm supposed to be getting food off directly off my own farm. I'm just not close to my farm right now. You get what I'm saying? But notice this is a divine relationship between me and my creator or my source. There's no middleman. I don't need nothing out of a factory instead of a bag with no preservative, no artificial sugar, flavor, or processed nothing. So see, I'm very close to nature, and that allows me to wake up feeling vibrant, feeling all the way tapped in, maintaining my vibration, my frequency, that I can keep continue to bring more wisdom and knowledge because I'm staying connected to my mother, to my source. See? And I can live as my authentic self in my authentic identity according to my genetical structure in my DNA. And even make myself more radiant because what? I keep putting more life into my body. Everything that I'm eating right now contains life force energy in it. So once I consume it, it's going inside of my body, it's sending iron, magnesium, potassium, phosphorus, zinc, selenium, copper, cobalt, minerals, phytonutrients, vitamins, enzymes, fiber. And what we're doing here is nothing new. It's nothing new or nothing super special. See? It's just that you've been cut off from nature and from what's natural for you because you were born inside of a society that's built upon artificial concepts and theories that doesn't actually reflect reality, doesn't actually empower an individual. It doesn't increase your vitality. It doesn't make you feel vibrant. Because in fact, when you eat food, you're supposed to be happy and joyful. Like you see how I be excited over here. This stuff make me excited. I have enough energy right now. I can go run for 2 to 3 miles without even being tired. I have enough brain power where I can just go read books after this and just learn a lot. My brain is super receptive. My memory is superb. Okay, my memory is super fucking superb. Literally because what? Of what I eat. Because everything I eat is an incoming of a higher frequency energy from the sun made foods, proper minerals, enzymes, fibers. Yeah. And I can stay young. When I tell people my age, they don't even believe me. Okay? And that's kind of like a flex for me. Well, I don't really tell people my age, by the way, but I basically be like, guess my age. And they be guessing, they be like, oh, you're like 27, 28. And I'll be like, oh, you think I'm that young? Okay. I take that as a compliment. Thank you. See? So I like maintaining my youthfulness, also my childlike essence. Sometimes I'm serious, sometimes I'm very playful. You see, that's my inner child essence. You see, so by me taking care of myself, living in a frequency where I can love myself and nurture myself, you see, it allows me to operate into my authenticity. And authenticity is the highest vibration. You see, so yeah, we got work to do. Okay, we got work to do. All right. I need a container for my juice. I have this cute little container that was gifted to me as a gift. Oh damn. The only thing is the top. The top of it is not that like you know, it's not that tight no more. So it's like whatever. Let's see. Let's see. I don't feel like it's big enough to hold all the juice. Hmm. All right. I'm gonna need a larger container because I gotta mix back everything together. But as you can see, straight from the source. Okay? Not from the store. Ain't no processed sugar. Ain't no preservative. Straight from God, right? Sensational. Sensational. Wow. Absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. All right. Okay. Very good. So here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. Give yourself. Give yourself. What I do? Give yourself. All right. So we have one more bunch. We have one more bunch of the cilantro, and we have two apple and two pieces of ginger. One. Well, I have more cucumber. I don't have more cucumber, but so the cilantro, I will cut it because it kind of long and strong, and it tend to wrap around the blade. So I'm gonna cut up that one a little bit smaller so it can go through easier. All right. Boom, that's that. So then what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna cut up the apple and put the apple right on top. So whenever you're juicing something that have more like a fibrous material, you wanna add something that have more like a watery material so it can help to go through the juicer very smoothly, adding that lubrication. See what I'm going? And then I'm gonna add one more big piece of organic ginger. Don't know things set up already. Yeah. The machine do its thing. Let me check to see if I have no more cucumber. See if I have no more. No, everything we have no more is going on, but okay, yeah, me not no more. No more cucumber. So this are the last cucumber. And then we have the last apple and the last piece of ginger. Mm-hmm. Oh, we got the super tool. I almost forgot. We got the cheating tool that you can peel stuff very easy and fast. So cool. So we have a healthy salad and we have natural green juice of cilantro, organic ginger, right? Cucumbers and apple. I had earlier I had a piece of celery, but the celery got done. So yes. So I'm gonna add the cucumbers in. Okay. Going through nicely. Gonna add the last apple in. I really like this juicer so much. Like I literally don't need another juicer for the rest of life. Like there's no other juicer they can come out with for me to be like, yeah, I'm impressed. Like this is it. This is the peak. Okay? This is the peak. Boom. All right, we're galang, we're galang. Ragalan. Bam, 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 bam. That done. All right, all right. Almost did it. Almost did it. Almost did it. I gotta go ground. I gotta go in nature to ground today, though. Walk on the ground, barefoot. As an earth sign, I need to be touching the ground, charge up my energy, you know? Yeah, yeah. All right, so look at that is that. That is that. So we're done now. All right. We're literally almost done now. Perfect. So the only thing is we need an next buckle to put the juice in it. But I'm gonna bring one of the buckle with me when I'm going to nature. I'm going to nature, so I'm gonna put the next one in one plastic buckle, basically. Oh yeah, Taurus moon. Hold on. Taurus is an earth sign, don't? What was the earth sign? Virgo, Tar- Taurus, Libra. I think I don't remember if Libra is an earth sign as well. I don't remember. But if you're earth sign, then earth elemental are gonna be good for you. So if he's an earth sign, then like stuff like sarsaparilla, burdock, like the herbs that are earth element is gonna be more to support your constitution. So when it comes to like rentayam, cocoa, dashin, them stuff that will give you a kind of different strength because those are earth elements kind of food and herbs. So sarsaparilla, as you can tell, the sarsaparilla sends its roots so deep down into the ground. Sarsaparilla, cocomelca, earth element, yellow dock, earth element, burdock root, earth element. Um, where's the earth element? Earth element. So much more earth element. Can't remember the rest of them right now, but yeah, the earth element food them are gonna be the best and the herbs are gonna be the best for you. Leo fire. So I'm actually a fire sign in Vedic astrology. So that's why I'm fire and earth. So for Leo, you're gonna need the fire element herbs, which is gonna be like cloves. That's a fire element. So it's spicy ginger, fire element. Cayenne pepper, fire element, basically. Okay. Habanero pepper, fire element. Cinnamon, fire element. All the herbs that are spicy or generate heat is a fire element, or the herbs that can grow into the hot sun. So like chaparral that grows in the desert, fire element. And Bella, we kind of have we're kind of like very similar. Earth signs, but have a lot of Leo placement. That's me as well. So we're kind of very similar in our astrological alignment. All right, so here we got our second batch of juice, which I'm gonna find a plastic bottle to put it in. Uh, or no. Oh, I forgot I have this. Forgot I have this. Okay. So I really like this bottle. It has this unique little cover on it. And so it's like this. You just put it like that and pull that part down. Boom. Like I don't know. I like stuff like this. That little antique kind of look or design. Boom. So cool. So cute. All right. Okay. All right. So, hmm, okay. Okay, so here's what. It has more ginger than this one, so I need to mix them both. I need to mix them both first so that the ginger can distribute properly because I had more ginger in the last batch. So I'm gonna combine everything back into one container and then separate them back. Okay, just so that the mixture can be proper. Boom. Mm-hmm. Okay, there we go. Very nice. Cover it. Boom. Shake. Perfect. Okay. Get our bottle back again. And this is gonna be what we're gonna take out into nature. Go on ground and hug some trees and drink on some natural chlorophyll that comes from the trees. How's that? Talk about being completely grounded. Hugging some trees, walking barefoot on the ground while drinking natural chlorophyll and holding a meditation and some proper breath work. That's you literally connecting, interfacing directly into nature. Okay, everything about you, your mind, your breath, your body's connected there. Yes. Okay. Boom. Look at that. Okay. Look at that. All right. The remaining. Hmm. Okay. All right. So we end up with this for the day. See, this is good enough, right? So by the end of tonight, this will be done. So tomorrow, if I want more juice, or if I want to, I can put this in the refrigerator and have this today, and I'm good. So not a whole bunch of juice that I gotta have just sitting there waiting on me. No. Okay. That is that. Okay. So now let me just clean up my machine, put it back in place. And I'm gonna come sit down and lock in with you for a little bit. Okay. And here's what I really like about this juicer. Easy to assemble, easy to deassemble. Okay. Pull that piece out. Boom. Open it. Open this section. Pull these out. Boom. Run it under the pipe. It's done. So let's see how long it takes me to clean up this juicer. We're already like 16 seconds in already. First compartment is done, washed off, clean, done. Second compartment on the inside. For the auger blade, sometimes you need to take something and just into the auger blade to pull out those little stuff out of it. Boom. Okay, that part's completed. Oh, guys, so I totally forgot to tell y'all. So yesterday, was it yesterday? Day before yesterday, right? I did a cold plunge for the first time. First time in my life doing a cold plunge. Now keep in mind, I'm from Jamaica. We don't do shit like that. Okay? I mean, we be taking cold showers or jump into like the cold river, but it's not like you deliberately creating like a cold bath to go inside of it. So Bella, first of all, um, my body didn't know what to do. Okay, like honestly, once I stepped into it, it's like I had to kind of like just blank out my mind because it's like listen, it takes a lot of willpower to go and sit down into that shit. When you feel how cold it is, just by putting your feet in, it's kind of like my body was like, no, no, no. And I was like, yeah. My body's like, no. And then at one point, I kind of agreed with my body. They're like, yeah, I don't think I want to do this. But then I'm like, nah. I'm like, I came back down now. I already came this far. I'm like, I came back down now. It has to be done. So I just blanked out my mind, right? And just took the cold plunge. And my body started to hyperventilate. Like it started to panic. Because my body had never been through nothing like that before. So it's like literally panicking. And I'm just like there trying to relax myself while my breathing is going crazy. And then after around, I would say after around like 3 to 4 minutes, it started to like calm down and start to like more like relax. Like my nervous system is like, I'm like, you're safe, you're good. Relax, you're good. You're good. And then I say like 10 minutes after that, I was just like just chilling in there, like, yeah, yeah. So yeah. I don't know what to say about it more than I guess it was good. Guess it was good. Will I do it again? No time soon. I'm not gonna say no, but um, I feel like that was slightly traumatizing a little bit, like very slightly. Okay, so yeah, but it was cool though because afterwards I was like doing stuff around the shop and outside. I was like doing stuff, kind of like it break me out of like a lazy pattern, I guess. Not to say like lazy, but like stuff that you could have done. You're like, oh, I'm gonna do that next week or next couple of days. Like after that, I find myself being more like to do stuff because like I'm shaking up out of my comfortability a little bit. So I guess I can see where it can benefit you if you do it more like a frequent thing because the human body tends to adapt. It'll adapt to any temperature. So extreme cold temperature will help your body, and just like the sauna, extreme heat will also help your body as well. So yeah, that was my little experience. You know. So what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna do a salt. I'm gonna do a salt bath, but this time it's not gonna be cold. Okay, it's not gonna be cold. I'm not playing that game no more. So I end up buying something off Amazon, which apparently you're gonna plug it in and you put it into the thing with water, and it's gonna heat up the water. So yeah, I'll let you guys know how that goes. Right. Boom, we done. Clean and ready for the next time. Okay, it's clean and ready for the next time. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, by the way, did you guys go to my website and get the cat's claw powder and the chlorophyll plus? It's on the website now. Um, somebody ordered like four one time. I guess they trying to buy out everything. Like I'm like, yo, chill. Like, why you gotta order so much? Why you so greedy? Or they be ordering out all of the chlorophyll already. I'm like, damn. Okay. After the live, okay. A matter of fact, let me. Oh, is someone on this cat going so? Okay, I see. I see. All right, family. So there we go. That's what we made today. Okay, I'm gonna save the soup making for later on tonight. If not, we make soup tomorrow. You're gonna see how we're gonna make some of the most amazing soup that you will experience. Okay. So here's what we got today. We end up making natural green juice, which is super good. Okay. And very hydrating. And we have an amazing bowl of salad that's just so sensational, including cucumbers, red peppers, yellow peppers, orange peppers, okay, red onions, 1 pound of fresh cilantro, of course, and we have Dominican avocado in here. We have nori seaweed chips inside of it as well. We added some sea salt, oregano, a little bit of basil, a little bit of cayenne pepper, basically, onion powder and garlic powder and jalapeno pepper. And that's what made this beautiful magnificence that we have here today. We also use 1 key lime, and the key lime act like a softener to like soften up everything and bring it into more of like a divine harmony. So we have something super healthy today, which is full of natural greenery, vitamins, minerals, boost your immune system, build up your red blood cells. Completely healthy today. Mm, yeah. And this is how we do it. See, no animals was slaughtered. No animals was raped. Because what y'all do to them cows to get the milk, squeezing it out of the cow titties, that's rape, bro. That's molestation. See, so no animals was slaughtered or raped as a byproduct to make this meal. Okay? No death. Pure life. So good. If y'all could only taste this, But it's okay. When it comes to the Alkaline Jungle Retreat Village, we gonna be making all this stuff together, right? Because I'm building like this big ass kitchen. I'm building like this outside open kitchen, and so like with like a long ass countertops and stuff, right? So that we can be able to be making our food right there, right? So it's cool. Mm. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, I'll update you guys by August. All right, so this all our materials to make our soup later on. These can go in the fridge. This can go in the fridge for later. Mhm. See here. Broccoli, turnip. All right, what's the mushroom? Okay. All right, tribe. So cayenne pepper is working me though. All right. So go ahead and hit me with your questions. This is a wonderful people to meet, wonderful space to meet people and grow. Absolutely. And now like there's no other spaces like this that's out there in the world, basically. So that's one of the reasons we also try to maintain just the frequency and the love and the harmony, so we can just be here for each other as we go through this life. So yeah, I appreciate your existence and everybody who's always here, also holding up the vibration and also adding value to the space for others as well. So we're all stronger, united, instead of in conflict and distortion and chaos. So there's not a lot of beauty out there left in the world today. So we have to maintain our own circle. So yeah. Add chickpeas to your salad next time. Yeah. Chickpeas go crazy in a salad for sure. I used to make it with chickpeas, but we kind of want this one to have no cooked food in it. See? So that's one of the reasons why we don't have no like lentils or chickpeas in it, because we're trying to keep it raw. You get what I'm saying? Even though you can sprout the chickpeas, really, you don't have to really cook the chickpeas. You can just sprout them as well. Yeah, man. Basically, yeah. My new friend's waiting for a liver transplant, and I keep telling her there are ways. Um, well, yeah. I mean, remember, a lot of people in the Matrix, they are already like programmed, like subconsciously already programmed to only believe in what they were taught to believe in. As we said before, what you believe is true. Is it really true? Or you believe it's true because you were taught that it's true and you never looked any further? So most people, they're gonna believe what the people in the white coat tell them, like, oh, there's no cure for this, there's no for this, and this is the only way. And a lot of times when you try to lead people down the right direction from the deception, they end up not feeling like they can trust you or believe nothing you say, because they already have a stronger belief in the so-called superior or the people who have the authority in that sense. And so I've known a lot of people that also call me because somebody else was dying and that person wouldn't even listen to them. And they try to get me to talk to the person to try to convince them, like, hey, going down this road is going to cost your life. It's best for you to go through the natural detoxification and eat healthy and get your life back. And they just never believed in none of what we're saying, and they end up dying. I know multiple people that I talked to, literally, that lost their life because if they actually listened to what I was telling them, they would have still been here. Okay. I also remember I was in Jamaica, and they took me to see this older gentleman that had cancer, right? So it was so bad to the point where he was just like in his room on his bed. Okay, he didn't come out no more on like the porch or nothing. And so I went inside of his room where he was laying down, and his wife was there. And so I'm having a conversation with him and his wife, and I'm explaining to him, like, hey, how he ended up in this predicament and how to get out of this predicament. So first of all, he had like a whole bunch of drugs, and then they put him on like a diet or some stuff that he's supposed to be consuming. So when I saw the Ensure, especially Ensure, like they always, like, I know so many people that they put on an Ensure. Once they put them on an Ensure, that was done for them. So these days, once I see a patient on Ensure, I'm like, okay, because you can just start preparing the funeral service, literally. Once you see that they pop out that Ensure on your ass, you're done, right? So I started to look at the kind of foods that, because he was there, the doctor said to eat this and that. When I look at everything that they gave that man to eat, it's loaded with artificial sugar, artificial color, artificial flavor. Like literally, the things that they gave to this person who have cancer is just worsening the cancer state. And I'm saying to him, like, hey, you can't eat none of this stuff anymore. You need to go completely raw. Don't eat no, don't take none of this stuff. Start juicing, start fasting. You don't gotta eat every day. And everything I said to him and his wife, because they don't really believe in nothing I was saying at the time, because they believe that what the people in the white coat told them. So you see, it basically, it's like a programming inside of people's mind where they look at the people in the white coats to have like superiority or authority over what's right. This is what you need to understand. In their mind, whatever the person in the white coat says is the superior, is the superior authority that knows best. You see, and they end up becoming a sacrifice by going down that path. So even though I showed up and I'm like, listen, I can help you to heal you out of this, but you have to follow the instructions and go back to nature, and this is how you do it. And they never believed because they trust more into what the white coat people told them, and they all died. Okay, I can count on my hand of even like people that I physically went to see, and they all died because what, they never did nothing I told them to do. They still keep doing what the white coat people tell them to do. They all died, literally. So sad. Okay, let me give you this other story. I don't really talk about certain of these kind of story because some of them tend to be a little bit traumatizing. Okay, let me tell you guys about this. This happened. This happened last year. Okay, earlier last year. This happened early last year. Okay, early last year, around February. Yeah, earlier last year, February. So so basically, I was in Jamaica, right? And when I'm in Jamaica, like, the doctors come to me. So you see, like how you guys go to your doctor, right? And your doctor give you all this kind of stuff. When your doctor is sick, your doctor call me. You see what I'm saying? So the doctors in Jamaica, like the ones within the area that I'm at, they're like MDs or whatever. They call me. I'm their doctor. See, because they're very smart. The stuff that they're prescribing to you, they're not taking that shit. They know. They have enough knowledge to know that, hey, this should, okay, I want you to think about it like this. If the doctor have been prescribing arthritis or let's say diabetic medication to a patient, and this doctor have been doing this for the last 20 years, and not a single one of those patients have healed from it, do you think that same doctor is going to take the same drug that he experienced in his own life prescribing to people and have not help anybody? Do you think he's going to take it? No, they're not stupid like that. Okay, they seek more holistic remedy because they know. So in Jamaica, um, those doctors, they come to me. I'm their doctor. Like even right now, sometimes they be hitting me up on WhatsApp. Hey, what's up? How's everything going? Right? And whenever I go to Jamaica, I bring herbs for them. Okay. So I end up okay. So basically, there was this gentleman. I'm not gonna mention his name. Okay, just out of respect for like his family or anybody might be watching this. So we're gonna call this gentleman Mr. Z. Okay. So basically, Mr. Z's doctor, right, have been trying to help him with a state of lymphomia, right? So he has lymphomia and his whole entire lymphatic system is clogged up. So he basically was having like swollen legs. His body retained a lot of water. He had to keep going to the hospital for them to drain out the excess fluid because when your lymphatic system is clogged, let me just give you a slight little demonstration before I go so you can see how this happened. Now listen, this story is gonna go crazy. Okay, there's some metaphysical shit to this shit too. It's not just a typical experience. All right, let me come closer so you can see. So obviously you can see the lymphatic system, how the green network. We talk about all the time, the green network goes everywhere, right? So it goes everywhere because it has to pick up the excess waste from your cells and excess fluid and blood plasma and return it back to circulation. So when your lymphatic system is clogged, what end up happening is you start to retain a lot of water. So you start to swell. So they had to keep like sending him to like different hospitals for them to keep draining fluid out of his lungs, drain out fluid out of his body constantly because his lymph is not able to do that because he has lymphoma. So his doctor, after she done sending him to this hospital to be drained out, send him to Kingston, send him to here, they can't correct the problem. They have him on drugs, it's not working. So she ended up running into a roadblock where she can't really help him. So she called me because I'm her doctor. You see, so she called me. She's like, "Oh, I have this gentleman that live at so and so and so, and this is his condition of lymphoma. I already recommend and have him sent to multiple different hospitals. They drain the fluid from his body, but they can't seem to find a solution where he can return back to his normal life, right?" So she gave me his address. She said I need to go, like if I can go see him for her and try to help him. So I went to Mr. Z house. When I went there, his wife and his daughter was there. He was not home. Apparently, he took a walk. They call him on the phone. They're like, "Where you at?" He's like, "Oh, I'm like 7 blocks away." They're like, "Come home." You know, they're like, "Come home. The real doctor is here," right? Kind of a thing. So now I'm waiting on Mr. Z to come. He ended up taking a cab and he came, and he was fine. Like he's walking up fine. He's an older gentleman, right? I can tell that he's mixed. I can tell that he's like Chinese, like he's half Chinese, half Jamaican kind of thing. You can tell that he's not from there, but he like his parents are migrated there in a sense. So um, so now I'm sitting on the veranda with Mr. Z. I'm having a whole conversation with him, and I'm like, look, Mr. Z, your condition is a lymphoma. Your lymphatic system is blocked. Obviously you've been going through such and such a different hospital. And he's like, yeah, I keep going here. They can't help me. They keep draining the fluids and send me back here. Then I end up happening to me again. I'm like, listen, you're gonna be fine. I can help you. I can get you right, but you're gonna have to follow through with my protocol. Can you do that? You say, yeah, right? So I end up cutting him off all of the food that his wife cook. I talked to his wife too and his daughter right there. I'm like, listen, you can't keep giving him any more rice. I'm like, don't give him any more rice. Don't give him any more animal products. I cut off everything from it. And I told him exactly what to give Mr. Z. Now, me being an empath, as I said, I'm very passionate about what I do. I don't do this for money. Okay. Literally, I never started out doing this for money. In fact, I didn't even create a business to be here. I actually started off on Facebook just helping people because that's what I naturally love to do. And it was the people who said, hey, we want to buy the herbs from you because you have the knowledge about it. You should start selling the herbs. And that's how Alkaline Jungle came into being. It was never a business idea like, oh, I'm going to make a business to sell herbs. It was never like that. It was just me living in my purpose as a healer. So after I've given them the protocol from Mr. Z, I told him to get some coconut. I'm like, listen, I want you to be on coconut water every day because remember, coconut water is contains a high concentration of electrolytes. And so coconut water also helps to move the lymphatic system. So he said, "Oh, I can't get no coconuts." I'm like, "Listen, we're in Jamaica. What do you mean you can't get no coconut? Just call up somebody or one of them crackhead or something." Like in Jamaica, you have those people that will just do anything for a couple bucks. Be like, "Yo, go climb that tree and bring me that." They're just going to do it because they want money to go buy their weed or whatever drug they take. In every country, you have druggies that will just do some crazy shit if you pay them the right amount of money. So I'm like, "Yo, you can just pay somebody to go get some coconut for you. Like, what's the big deal, right?" He's like, "Yeah." So the next day, I check up on him. I'm like, "Yo, did he get his coconut?" She's like, "Yeah, he only got one coconut." The next day, he didn't get no coconut. The next day, get one coconut. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna bring him coconuts every day. So what I did, I went to my property on the Healing Retreat Village where we have a lot of coconut trees, right? And so I paid this guy who's a climber because honestly, based off me being in America for a couple of years, I kind of got a little bit rusty with climbing. So I realized that even like the bottom of my feet started to get mad smooth. I like my grip strength is not as strong no more because what? I'm not back home climbing trees every day. It's kind of like whenever you're not doing something, you tend to get rusty because you haven't been in practice. So I tried to climb the coconut tree like what I used to, and I couldn't. I kind of like I went up like halfway in the coconut tree, and I realized that damn, I can't climb as good as I used to no more. So I ended up coming down. I'm like, let me get the fuck down out of this tree before I fall out, right? So I ended up paying a guy to climb the coconut tree on my property, and he went up there with like ropes, and then he kind of like tied a rope on a bunch of the coconut and send him down on the ropes because the coconut trees are so tall. If you just chop them off and drop them, they're gonna burst when they hit the ground. So um, I think I think I think during that time, yeah. So I have this van. I bought like a 4-wheel drive van, Venus. Some of you guys know my van. Some of y'all don't. So I load up the back of my van with hella coconuts. I'm talking about with like I probably got around 60, 70 fresh coconut in the back of my van. Because when I'm in Jamaica, I don't drink water. Okay, only at the spring. I'll go to like the head of the spring to drink the water right there. But I don't drink water. I just go to the back of my van, take out a coconut, chop it open, and drink it. Okay, royalty. I'm living like royalty because that's what the fuck I am, right? So what I start to do, I start to drive past Mr. Z house in the morning when I'm about to go on my voyage. Okay, I drove by his house. I take out a whole bunch of jelly coconuts, left it there on his Porsche. I'm like, drink the coconut water. Okay, and then I'm kind of like timing in my mind when it's gonna be done. So I'll stop by again and drop off coconut. So I'm dropping off fresh coconut for a whole week for him. He's doing good. Okay, he's doing very very good. Um, Around a week after that, it's like my intuition was like, "Oh, let me go drop him off some coconut." Like I had some important business to do that day, but I'm like, let me just make sure he get his coconut. So when I pulled up in front of his gate and I'm in the back of my trunk taking out the coconuts, his wife run came out and she's like, "Oh, something's happening to him. You need to come now. You need to come now." So I went in there and he's basically like he's passing out, like he's passing out and coming back passing out, like he's having problem breathing. He's having problem breathing, whatever not, right? And I'm like, all right. I said to her, call 911, right? And basically let him bring him to the hospital because he's having some kind of problem breathing. So I'm like, what did he eat? She's like, I don't know. Right? Anyway, as she's actually changing his clothes, so he's like fine. He's okay now. He's still having problem breathing. So I'm teaching him pranayama. So I'm like breathing deeply, okay? Because I'm calming him down. I'm breathing deeply. And I say, hold it, breathe out. Breathing deeply, hold it, breathe. I'm teaching him pranayama, so now he's breathing. Okay, now he's relaxing, breathing, and he's good. So now she's changing his clothes because she already called to bring him to the hospital. So now she's changing his clothes because she's like, oh, let me just change off his clothes, put him into something nicer to bring him up there to go see what the problem is. Listen, when she's changing his clothes, he just collapsed on the floor and just start to die, right? So I realized that he's not breathing. So now I'm basically mechanically moving his lungs to keep him breathing. So he's like coming back, but he's fading. He's coming back and he's fading, right? And then he started to throw up. And then guess what came up? Around 2 packs of ramen noodles came literally up out of his stomach. Okay? He vomit all that shit come right out of him, a whole bunch of ramen noodle. And then he died. He literally just died. No matter how much I'm pumping his lungs, he was just gone. Okay? So I said to her, didn't I tell y'all not to give him no artificial food? She's like, oh no, I'm not the one who did it. It was the daughter. This morning she was eating the ramen noodle and she went and give him some of the ramen noodle. They literally, okay, I don't want to say that they killed him. Okay, so I kind of like left it there because I didn't want to like, because that's traumatic that her husband died, and so I wasn't even gonna like mention it for anybody to take any blame. But literally, that man suffocate off the ramen noodle. Somebody who have lymphomia, and he was doing so good on the herbs. I put him on the guaco and everything was doing good. It was fine until that morning they gave him a big bowl of ramen noodles, and that killed him. You see? And here's what the craziest part about this experience was. Okay? Here's what the craziest part of the experience was. While I'm there pumping his lungs to keep him alive, to bring him back, he keep on fading to bring him back. This man was so afraid of death, or he was so scared of death, to the point where when he died, when I got up, when you look at my arm was like full of scratch marks, like deep ass like long fingernails inside of my arm coming all the way down to the point where they're almost bleeding. And this man never touched me. He doesn't even have nails. This man never touched me, literally. And that's when I realized how spirits even work. He was so scared of dying that he was holding on. He was trying to hold on to life so much that he started to grab on to my astral body. Because remember, whenever you're dying, the astral body is becoming loose into the physical body. So he literally grabs onto my astral body of trying to hold on to me to like stay. And that creates a deep, like his nails or his fingers was like holding on to the hand of my astral body. And that leave my whole entire arms scratch up for like weeks. And how would you explain that? How would you explain something like that to somebody who don't understand that? Yeah. So I have so much more other experiences and stories of people that that their doctors send me there to go look after them or to try to help them into the last stages. And yeah, listen, either their family or their wives or their caretaker don't believe in nothing natural. They believe in the pills, and it always costs those people's life. And I'm like, listen, if these people have been taking the pills all these years and they're still in this condition, obviously it doesn't work. So how come I'm here giving you a better alternative and you still don't believe in what I'm telling you, all because I'm not showing up instead of with a white coat on? That's what it is. If I had a white coat on and a plaque on the wall with my name on it and on the whole costume and the glasses on my face, they would have believed. But what? Because I showed up in like a regular shirt, you know, I showed up in like a regular shirt, a little head tie, and some dirty ass pants, probably like fruits stained up, like I'll be eating mangoes and stuff, and the fruits be stained up my pants or my shirt. They're probably like thinking that I'm some kind of simpleton or something. You get what I'm saying? So they didn't believe nothing in what I was telling them, and all those people perish, and they really didn't have to. Okay, I have another experience where they brought me to see some lady that also have lymphoma, and according to what she says, the doctor told her that she had breast cancer, and they cut out her whole entire breast, which cut off all of her lymphatic system, and she was suffering. This lady, I've not been able to sleep for something like 2 3 months. She says she keep tossing, turning, she's in constant pain. And I'm thinking to myself, like, yo, what the hell did this lady do in her past life to be suffering like this? Like, That was ultimate stuff. I've never seen anybody suffer like that before. In constant pain and not able to sleep. She cannot she can't lay down. She gotta keep turning and turning. She can't sit up. She's in pain. Nothing she do. She can't get rest from nothing. I don't know if she listen. I don't know if she delved into some kind of witchcraft or something against other people in the past. But my elder told me that when she was younger, she used to be like the talk of the town. Like she was the baddest bitch in the whole state. Apparently, like when she put on like her short up shorts or booty shorts, and she came outside, like traffic men was driving off the road and shit. They can't even pay attention to the road no more. Apparently, she was the woman who was at the baddest bitch in the whole state. Everybody wanted her. Okay, and he saying to me like, "Yo, you can't even believe that this is how her life ended up turning out." Of the most sought after woman, the most beautiful, sexiest woman with the best body and everything, where men will die for. Men will spend all of their money and everything for her to end up in that predicament in the later years. So I'm thinking that it has to be something, guys, not have to be something. Everything is spiritual before it become physical. So that kind of a suffering, I cannot see why God or the universe or anything would put you through that kind of a suffering for no reason at all. You get what I'm saying? Because karma does return. You can do some grimy shit and thinking that, oh, because nobody see you with their eyes, that spirit sees you. Okay, remember, spirit sees you. 90% of the real world is not 90% of the real world is non-physical. You're thinking that nobody sees you because a human being didn't see you. All the spirits within the unseen realm that are around that you can see, they see what you're doing. The sun sees you, the moon sees you, Mercury sees you, Jupiter sees you, Venus sees you. You see what I'm saying? Saturn sees you. The whole seven sphere of the planetary body that governs over the physical reality, which are also called the archonic forces, which contains the seven demons and the seven angels. These things are intelligent beings that is completely aware. If they can govern over physical reality, imagine the level of intelligence that they have. And if you're so intelligent, then you can't even govern over your own life and your own emotions, and you claim to be intelligent. Think. Think about the sun that's giving life to everything, even giving life and vitamin D to you. Think about the moon that controls the tide, controls procreation. If you who claim that you're intelligent and you can even govern over your own emotions and your own sex drive and your own thoughts, can you imagine how intelligent these planetary bodies are that governs over physical reality, that controls the life form of every living organism? They're very intelligent, so they can see you. So not because that's the whole thing about the retrograde. When people be like, "Yo, it's Mercury retrograde. Life is going crazy right now." What do you think's happening? Mercury retrograde is when the planets are in certain alignment, where they start to radiate back people's karma. According to the Vedic astrology and the book called The Holy Science by Sri Yukteswar, or also the Bhagavad Gita, it talks about that the celestial bodies are what responsible for issuing your karma. So when you do good things, that's your dharma. The planet sees you, or the angelic side of those planets. They see the good things you do and return back that good deeds back to you, what we call the dharma. Okay? The archonic force of those planetary body, just like how you have higher self, lower self, those planetary bodies have the same thing. Those archonic or the devilish aspect of it sees the negative shit that you do, and it's going to compound upon your life for the things that you did that you claim that nobody saw you did. You think that you get away with it because no physical human being saw you did it. Spirit sees you. You cannot escape from your karma. Now I'm not entirely sure if that's the case with this particular lady, but I'm just saying that from a person who have certain level of spiritual insight and wisdom, I know that you're like God or the universe will not just let you suffer for no reason. Either you did something which caused this suffering to fall upon you, or it's a generational curse because your mother or your father did something, and that follows the bloodline. That curse follows the bloodline, or that karmic loop follows the bloodline. because you don't also just inherit your good looks and your good characteristics and your features from your parents. You also inherit their karmic debt, the generational curse, the distortion as well. So you get the good and the bad. You see? So a lot of people you see going through shit in life is not just them, it's from what's into their bloodline. Maybe your parents or your grandparents was doing witchcraft or some shit, getting their hands dirty into all kind of stuff against innocent people or attacking people unjustly just out of jealousy or envy or for some kind of lover or some kind of a relationship dynamic, and they attack a person which didn't deserve it, and that karma comes back on the bloodline. You end up being born from that blood, so you're walking around carrying that blood and that DNA, which becomes a magnetic link. It's gonna come back on your ass too. Naturally, that's just how things work. So yeah, I've never seen nobody suffer like that. Anyway, I end up giving her some products and some stuff, lymphatic cleanse and all that stuff. I then put her on coconut water. They didn't give her no coconut water. Her caretaker didn't give a shit. I kind of get the energy because I can read people's energy. So they didn't really care. It was more like if she died, they just get to take the property. I was reading the energy because I can read people's energy. I don't have to talk to you to know what you're thinking. Okay? I'm just gifted like that. Okay, call it psychic if you want to, right? So I can read the energy and the body language and the responses and the energy and the aura that I'm picking up, and they didn't really give a shit. It was more like, oh, when she died, we just get this property for herself, kind of a thing. So they didn't give her nothing, and she ended up dying. My elder called me and be like, oh yeah, the lady passed away. I'm like, damn, because when I sit and I talk to her, she had so much hope, and I'm pretty sure she was gonna start to recover as well if they had just give her the things that she needed, but they didn't. Okay, I saw her grandson. I'm like, yo, did you get her the stuff? He's like, I didn't get it. I asked a guy to go get the coconuts and the healthy stuff, and the guy never got back to me. First of all, if you truly really cared, you'd go to somewhere else and somewhere else. You don't just ask one person, they didn't show up, and you just call it a day. Your grandmother's life is at risk. She need healthy stuff to keep her life sustained. You should be doing everything within your power to make sure you get the things that she need. But he was just so nonchalant about it. He just didn't care that much. Okay. There was another elder that you know basically when I was younger, he used to always be at the beach fishing all the time, catching fish, and he's very kind. So whenever he catch like fish, he don't just take all the fish home for himself. If anybody who's there who was trying to fish and didn't catch anything, he'll share what he had with everybody else. So I remember one point when I was younger and I didn't catch anything, and he cuts like a big fish and give me a piece of it, and I was so grateful. So when I heard that he wasn't doing well, I went to Jamaica and I went to see him. But he ended up having like he had a very complex situation where his wife ended up divorcing him, and he didn't have any kids with her at all. But she ended up like like taking away all of his property and everything that he worked for. So like he built like a big ass house, like a mansion. So the wife ended up taking that. She took away the land, and he was left back with like a small little old house on the corner. So she kind of like took away everything from him. Okay, and I don't know how that worked out that way, whatever. But I guess he kind of like just let it go too, like, and but he was stressed, so he was drinking a lot. So he was drinking hell every day. He was drunk. Every day he was drunk. Okay, every day he was drunk. And apparently like he had like erectile dysfunction too. So it's like he couldn't get to enjoy life because like when a man is not able to perform or to even have an erection is like half of his life is like kind of like kind of gone. Anyway, I went by and I talked to him. I'm like, listen, you need to stop drinking. Let's just call him Mr. R. I'm like, listen, Mr. R, you gotta stop drinking this shit. This liquor is not good for you. Your kidneys in a bad state. Okay, I left him some herbal products. He's drinking them. He's doing good. He's fine. So every now and then I call my other elder, who's his best friend. I'm like, hey, how's Mr. R doing? He's like, yo, he was doing good, but yo, he's back on the drinking again. I went out there to go see him, and he's drunk as hell. He can't even recognizes me because this man is going through a great loss where in his older days his wife took everything from him, and he don't have any kids to even pass on no legacy or nothing. So he's just stressed and depressed, and he's drinking the alcohol, drinking the alcohol, until eventually I heard that he was in the hospital like 6, 7 months later. I heard he was in the hospital and he wasn't doing so good. They went to go see him. I'm like, how's he doing? And after a couple of days, they're like, yo, he passed away. He's gone. You know? So, and I have so much more stories for y'all, but I'll tell you guys about the rest at another time. There's this other guy that told me to go check him out, but he had he had syphilis and was like HIV and syphilis plus there was giving him like hella blood transfusion. Like he was going through a lot. Okay, and I remember when I went to see him, he was on like hella medication and shit, and yeah, they keep giving medication. His doctor scheduled him for another blood transfusion, and he died. Couldn't even get to help him. He just I have so much more. Okay, but I'll tell you guys about that another time. Um, Wholeness Love Vibration. Thank you for joining me within the space today. I do have to get back to work. I didn't intend to be here so long with y'all, but I'm glad that we're able to really touch and connect and come within the healing space. And I trust and hope that you'll go through the rest of the day, okay? Loving yourself, eating healthy, eating clean, okay? Do some meditation, okay? And get yourself together. All right, so I'll touch base with y'all probably later on tonight, if not tomorrow, because we got to make some soup. Well, yeah, I have a lot of stories. I just don't talk about it because it's so traumatizing. Like that's why I'm so passionate about what I do because I've seen so many people who die at the hands of the system that pretends that they're there for people and just there to take people's life and sacrifice them. You see? So yeah, and even though I'm here trying to assist and share the wisdom and the knowledge, you guys see how they shadow ban me and suppress me and delete my accounts and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, this shit is being run by demons for sure. No doubt about it. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is not an opinion, not a guess. I've also witnessed it firsthand and seen it. This shit is being run by literally demons. I mean, for the fact that look what they do to children. And it's crazy how everybody even forget about the files. When all the files came out, notice that nobody's been arrested. They're all just people just slowly sort of forget about it and they go back to normal and they right now they're doing the same shit. Demons. All right. So anyway, I'll catch up with you guys later on. If you need anything, go to my website. We have everything there. All right, and I'll catch up with you later on. All right. So big up on yourself and one love, and I'll see y'all again. All right, the chlorophyll is there, the cat's claw is there on the website. Chlorophyll is there, cat's claw is there. Cocoa milk is gonna be up there. We're also gonna be adding the adrenal herbs for the adrenal glands and everything. I'm gonna start to add more stuff to the website so to cover just about everything. All right. So big up on yourself and one love and look more. All right. Wholeness. I'm gonna enjoy my gorgeous salad and my green juices too. So I'm gonna have a great time. All right. So look more. Eta. I'm YouTube.